Sunday afternoon. Beautiful, beautiful day. Here I am in the sunshine. We're outside today. I've been raking and brushing mud off horses and burning leaves, and it's Sunday. Okay, hope you've had a nice day. Let's bring our hands to our knees and bring your longest fingers to touch your thumbs. And then lift yourself up so you're sitting upright, and close your eyes. Relax your jaw and your tongue. And see about narrowing your body shape, and bringing it toward your center from the front, from the right side, from the left side, holding up through the lumbar spine. So you don't want that to convert, but feel the curves of your spine, the curves of your spine. You got equal weight in each hip. Point your toes forward. Pull energy from the outside edges of your feet, the little toe sides of your feet towards your knees. Bring your front hip bones in. Deepen your throat. Can you feel your heartbeat? Feel your breath. Feel your uprightness. Alright. When you come to a new inhalation, open your eyes. Whenever you bring your hands into prayer pose, and you bring your arms out and around and up. And when you bring your hands together, bring your hands behind you. Take your fingers toward the floor and hug your arms toward your ears and see if that lifts you up, if that narrows the sides of your body. Holding the weight of your head, lifting your back ribs away from your hips. Breathe. When you inhale, stretching it right up again, and exhale, pushing it back down. And roll your shoulders. Okay, we'll do that again. Okay, when you inhale, you bring your arms out and around and up. This time, interlace your fingers, press the palms of your hands toward the ceiling. Lift your chin, but don't harden your throat. You don't want to have to force your breath by making your throat hard. All right, and then bring your face forward. Tuck your chin within. And then exhale, push your ends back down. I'm going to have you bring I'll be your mirror image, so bring your left hand to your right ear and bring your right hand to your right shoulder. Just keep your chin tucked in, your throat deep. And see about opening up this right side of your neck, across your shoulder. Elbow comes in. Don't force anything. So when you've got this stretched out, keep breathing. Then slowly turn your face towards your left hip. Tuck your chin in. Don't struggle, don't force it, don't pull. Then bringing your face back forward, coming back up. All right, we'll bring the right hand to the left side. Your left hand comes to your left fingers come to your left shoulder. Keep your elbow tucked in. Keep your chin tucked in. So that when you start opening up this right side, this left side, go slowly, really slowly. And then turn your chin towards your right hip. Long, slow, deep breaths. All right, then coming back around and coming back up. Bring your hands beside you, head behind you, hands on your knees. I'll keep your chin tucked in. We're going to turn the chin toward the left shoulder. Are you still holding yourself? You still got your feet engaged? And then coming back and turning your nose towards your right shoulder. Without lifting your left one up. And then tuck your chin right in. Interlace your fingers behind your head and just gently, gently, gently. Keep your elbows wide. Stretch out the back of your neck. Long, slow breaths. Can you still hold your ribs away from your hips? And then slowly coming back up. You can take your head in lots of different directions, but don't do circles with your head. C7T1 doesn't like circles with your head. All right. And have you bring your legs out. And have you bring your right foot, your left foot to the outside of your right leg. And bring your right hand to your left leg and your left hand comes around behind. Can you push your right ankle and, no, your right leg and your left ankle toward your right? And as you hold your hips steady and you lift yourself up, hold the weight of your head, hold the weight of your thoracic spine, and turn through your thoracics. What have you been doing today? Some yard work that we're not used to. Pull your left ankle against your right leg, and then coming back around. We'll come the other way. So right foot to the outside of the left leg, left hand come, or elbow. Right ankle against the left thigh, sit up straight, lift the back of your head over the base of your neck. And wait for the exhalation parts of your breath. So that in that way you don't forget to breathe. And shoulders down, collarbones wide. All right, and then coming back around. Let's come into child's pose. I'm going to shift around because it feels good on my lower back. Let it open up your lower back. Relax your jaw and your tongue. And then when you pull back with your hands to come onto your hands and your knees. We're going to do cat-cow. So when you inhale, your hips and your head go up. Exhale. So when you inhale, you're stretching the front of your body, widen your toes. When you exhale, you're stretching the back of your body. Now here comes ribbon. How about the right side and the left side? And when you finish an exhalation, child's pose, you circle your wrists. Let's do thread the needle. So, when you bring your left hand behind your right hand, you hold your hip steady, so you want this right hip bone to turn in. Lengthen the back of your neck, lengthen the back of your body, lengthen your spine. Tuck your chin, turn your face. Keep your shoulders in your back. Now again, you stay here. This is a good enough stretch for you. If you want to come down to your forearm, don't lose this right hip bone. If you think you can keep your base and come down onto your shoulder, bring this arm out, bring this hand around behind you, and come back. All right, we're going to do the other side. So as you bring your right hand behind your left, the right palm is up. Again, bring your left hip bone in, so you've got the abdominals, you've got a diagonal from your right hip towards your left, your left hip towards your right waist. So you hold that, lengthen your spine. Bring the back of your skull off the top of your spine, the base of your skull off the atlas vertebra. You want to come down onto the forearm. Don't lose the hips. You want to come down onto the shoulder. If your hips have grown to the left, can you bring them back? Press your feet down. All right, and then coming back, child's pose. Next. All right, then we're going to come into a downward facing dog. Ribbon, I don't think you can be here, right? Downward facing dog. Tuck your chin in, pull your hip bones in, don't lock your knees. Widen the bones of your feet, widen the bones of your hands. And then when you walk your feet forward, And we'll stand up. Let's do tree pose. So whichever leg you're going to do first. You point your toes down. You bring your arms out, turn your palms up. Hold your shoulder blades down. Tuck your tummy in. All right. Now inhale, bring your arms out and around and up. Interlace your fingers, turn your palms up. Keep these lower ribs coming in. Inhale, bring your hands together above the crown of your head. And inhale, stretching right up. Exhale, coming around, hands coming back. Noisy road a little. All right, we'll do the other side. If you need the wall, go to the wall. Yeah. As you bring your arms out, turn your thumbs backward, your little fingers forward. Pull your lower ribs in. Bring your front hip bones in. When you bring your arms up, you interlace your fingers, turn your palms up again. Now, lift your ribs, lift the weight of your head. Then when you bring your hands together above the crown of your head, widen your elbows, bring your thumbs backward. When you inhale, stretching it right out, bringing it around, hands come back. All right. Let's do side stretch. So as you turn, you're going to bring the right foot forward. Prayer pose, we're going prayer pose. We do standing poses to build strength and stamina, to warm things up, to get the muscles working, to get the joints working. Prayer pose, if the prayer pose doesn't work, then fold your arms. Elbows back, lower ribs backward, base of the throat backward. When you lift yourself up and you come into a back bend, you got this right big toe working. You widen from your little toe to your big toe. And the left hip bone, can your front hip bones come toward this so your lower back isn't pinched? And you then come forward over your front leg. Abdomen toward the thigh, chest toward the knee. And internal with your legs. You keep the top of this right thigh on with your foot. Tuck your chin. Long, slow breaths. Use your feet, both legs when you inhale, and you lift yourself back up. All right. We'll come around, we'll do the other side. Both feet turn the same way, just about. If you had your arms folded, put the other one on top. If you're in prayer pose, you stay there. Bring your heels of your hands toward the thumbs toward one another. Front hip bones in, lower ribs, basically breastbone, base of the throat. When you then lift yourself up and you bend yourself backward. Stretch from the pubic bone, pubic bone, navel, breastbone. Can that turn toward this front leg? And when you come forward over your front leg, you bring your right hip bone in. You feel the energy in this inner right heel, inner right knee, inner right thigh. Same with the left one. You like arches in your feet. Tuck your chin. Don't forget to bring shoulders are back, elbows are toward the hips. When you're going to have to use both feet, when you inhale, you lift yourself back up. Turning around. Side stretch. Rolling your shoulders. All right. Let's do warrior two. You want the right thigh to be in line with your heel. So you're going to have to use your thigh muscles. Can you get the calf muscles to work? I say go. This is an inward. This is an inward. So the back is wide, the front is strong. When you stretch it out, angle this back foot more, widen your toes. When you look at your right hand, and when you bend your right knee, now, again, what have you got today? You got this back thigh working from this side, got the hamstrings working, got the calf muscle working. Soften your face. Soften your face. The angle here at this right thigh, the thigh bone in the hip socket, if it's tight, you're not going to go very far. Alright, then inhale, coming back up. We'll change sides. Widen your toes. Alright, the front hip bones come in. Manage your lower ribs. If they're falling toward the leg you're going to bend, can you fix that right now? And when you bend your front leg, your left leg, use your toes. All 10 of your toes. And look at your face is looking at your left hand. Shoulder blades are down. Find the triceps in the back of your arms. So before one of them attaches to your scapula, your shoulder blade, they hold down. Your stronger arms makes it easier for your shoulders to be where they're meant to be. Then you come back up. As you get your feet back and you get them back under your hips, bend your knees, hang down over your legs. Release the weight of your head. Alright, from here we're going to do a squat. So you want to turn your toes out. Maybe your squat only brings your hips in line with your knees. Maybe you go further than that. You press your arms out, you hug your legs in. Now how about your lower back? Are your shoulders up into your neck? Can you lift your collarbones, your breastbone? So this is all open. If you do a triangle from your breastbone to the tops of your arms, the base of it wouldn't be falling backward. It may not come forward far, but it's coming forward rather than backward. You're breathing. Can you get the outside of your feet to work? Alright, then coming back up. Fix your feet. Coming back up. Alright. Let's do half moon. You're going to take that triangle. Well, you're going to take the triangle stance first. And again, you're going to need the top of your thigh to be in line with your foot, in line with your ankle. Because if you're going to build something, you have to have it upright. There's no strength, otherwise it's too easy to tip it over. So when you bend your front leg, you put your fingertips on the ground, and you lift your back leg up. Flex your ankle. If you need to keep both hands on the floor, then do that. Is the top of your thigh above your ankle? If you've gone sideways or backward or anyway, it's not going to work for you. So if you want to take this top hand up, don't forget to breathe. What holds this leg up? Flex your ankle. Get your calf muscle, get the buttock muscle to work. Bring your collarbone away from the floor hand. All right, then come back down. Okay. We'll do the other side. So, as you lift this back leg up, flex your ankle. Then you turn your knee and your toes away, toward my piano. Maybe. Now, if you've got the top of your thigh going this way, or too far backward or too far forward, you're not going to have any strength. Standing pose for strength and stamina. If it works for you, to take this top hand up. If you're going to start turning your face, you turn your eyes and then you follow it with your nose. You breathing? All right, then coming back down. All right, we'll come up. All right. Let's do extended lateral angle to the right. Level off your hips. So if they're crooked, as you bring your left hand down, your right hand up, and you bend your front knee. Again, maybe your thigh comes parallel to the ground, maybe it does not. When you come out over your front leg, you keep your hand here, you bring your hand behind you. If you want to come into a bind, maybe this is where you are. Keep the top of your arm on your shoulder. Maybe this is it. From the back foot, outside back foot, which is going down, to the tips of your fingers, which are coming up. Yeah. All right, and then coming back up. All right, we'll come the other way. So turning your feet. Left hand down, right hand up. Bend your knee. Stretch it up, stretch it up, stretch it up, stretch it up. When you come out over, now again, maybe you stay here, maybe it's here, maybe bring this hand around toward the top of this left thigh, or here. If you're going to bind it, I watch people, it's hard not watching, not knowing what to say when I'm not watching people. If your bind takes you this way, you're not ready for the bind yet. You need to keep the leg, top of the thigh in line with the foot as best you can. It's not this. No. All right, and then inhale, coming back up. Okay, we'll come to the floor. I can't see my clock. All right. Now let's lay on our back. You want to go side to side with your knees, or you could bring your hands to your shoulders and roll your ribs side to side so that you lengthen your spine and you broaden your ribs. It'll be easier to breathe. And I have to, can't move. Okay. Now we're going to do thread the needle. With your right leg, right ankle to your left thigh. You're going to bring the legs in. Your hands are behind your left knee, or hold on to your right knee and your foot. Lower your chin. If your right shoulder fell in, can you take your knee and your shoulder, your elbow out wide? And then you use your left leg to bring your right foot towards you. Flex your ankles. You want to take your left foot up. You want to reach for your left foot with your hands. And wherever you are, try lifting your head. If your ears come, as your ears come up, your elbows will come down. Your hips can lift off the ground. Maybe, oh, she's back. Maybe your toes even come to the ground. All right, then bring your head back down and come back down. All right, we're going to bring the left ankle to the right thigh. And bring your legs in. Flex your ankles. If your left shoulder and knee fell in, could you widen them out? And use your right leg to bring your left foot towards you. It's happening here in this hip. You're going to take your right foot up. Maybe you stay here, maybe you stay here. Try lifting your head. If you've got your foot, you could try bringing your toes toward the ground. Lift your ears up, your elbows will come down. All right, and then coming back. All right. Let's come on to our tummy. Let's try locust pose. Your hands are back by your sides, palms up, shoulders are back, collarbones wide, chin tucked in. Stretch your toes, widen the bones of your feet. Pull your lower ribs and pull your front hip bones in. So that when you inhale, you lift your head and your chest, and maybe the base of your neck, maybe your arms, maybe your legs. Like cat stretch, you're stretching from your pubis to your collarbones, the base of your throat. Long breath in, long breath out. And when you exhale, slowly come back down. We're going to do cobra pose. Hands come by your sides. Now, if cobra pose doesn't work for you today, what have you been doing? I don't know. Shoulders are tired, upper back, lower back is tired. Then do sphinx pose. Now, the energy of your hands is backward. Energy of your elbows is backward. Elbows hug in. Front hip bones come in. Broaden the bones of your feet. When you inhale, you lift yourself up. Hug your elbows in. The energy here comes backward through your hands, so you can bring the thoracic spine in behind the breastbone. Long, slow breaths. Press your feet down. Widen the bones of your feet. Come backward through your thumbs. Backward through your elbows. And you exhale slowly, coming back down. Rest your head on your hands. Long, slow, deep breaths. All right. come up onto hands and knees. We'll come into downward facing dog. So, turning your toes. When you know you lift your hips, you lower your head. Are your feet lined up or your hands lined up? Come backward through your big toes, backward through your thumbs. Don't forget to breathe. Wardrobe malfunction here. Can you turn the crease of your elbows forward? Tuck your chin. Can you stretch the back of your neck by deepening your throat? Are your collarbones wide? Can you widen the tops of your thighs so that your lower back is opening up? Maybe. All right. Now, you see, remember my left foot more to the middle. I'm going to take my right foot back. Yeah? Let's see if I can do this. All right, so can you, without lifting your hip, can you bring your right hand back beside your right leg? Maybe. No. All right, then come back. You want to move your hips side to side. You're going to bring your right foot more to the center. And maybe all you're going to do is take the left leg up, not the hip, the leg. Don't lift your hip. And so where's your balance? If you then bring your left hand back beside your left thigh, you breathing? No? All right, and then come back. Down dog. Tuck your chin. Hold your shoulder blades in your back. And when you exhale, coming back down, child's pose. You want to do circles with your wrists. How's your breath? Long and slow your breath. Long and slow deep breath. All right. Let's come onto hands and knees again. All right, now pull your belly backward. Hold your shoulders backward. And then see about bending your elbows, bringing your throat and your chest toward the floor. Hug your elbows in. Press your feet down. Hold your shoulders back. And then coming back. Resting. You want to do circles with your wrists. All right. So again, this would be the time for the inversion. So you can pause it here. You could put your legs up the wall. You go to block or a rolled up blanket. With your legs up the wall, you could take your legs wide. You could bring like into tree pose. You could do like through the window. If you decided you were going to lift yourself up if you're going to get ready to come into shoulder balance, you would do this. If anytime you do an up inversion, you feel pressure in your eyes or ears, you need to come down. But if you wanted to do this and come in like this and bring your hands in under your hips, don't turn your head. Fix your neck, but don't turn your head. Elbows come in. When you're happy with that, good for your thyroid, you could take 1 foot at a time away from the wall. Then maybe one day you could take 2 feet away from the wall. All right, and then coming back down. You have to find your own way. Inversions are important. All right. And have you come into easy cross leg. And point your toes forward. Bring your hands to your hips, and you're still going to carry on about the sacrum. You want the sacrum to move forward. Tuck your chin in. Brace yourself with your feet. Release the base of your neck. You keep your hands behind you, push backward. If you bring your hands in front of you, pull backward. You're opening up your lower back. All right, then inhale, coming back up. This is home videos, huh? All right. Let's bring the right foot in and bring your arms around your right leg. And sit up straight. Drop your shoulders down. Lift your collarbones up. Bring your collarbones high. Can you press your long leg and your left leg and your right ankle toward one another? You get this outer right thigh to it. And you can stay right here because you're lifting up through here, because you're using your arms to hold yourself up. If when you take your arms away, you can't maintain that, then don't take your hands away. You're creating memory in your muscles that are going to hold you upright. You roll into this right big toe. If you thought you wanted to bring your left hand to your right shin and stretch up through your right arm, now you've still got this is a forward, this is an up and a forward, not back and down. If you thought you could bring your arm around and bring your arm to your shin and bring your hands into prayer. Now again, did that collapse? You did that take you this way? You want to come this way? So use your hands. Because we're not in the studio now, you have to be your own adjuster. You have to, instead of me coming and fixing it or touching you where it needs to be shifted, you do it yourself. If you wanted to reach forward for your foot, you want to reach forward for your foot. But keep this knee and keep the inner side of your foot toward the ground. I will do the other side. So start by bringing your arms around your knee and sitting up straight. So you hold the weight of your rib cage, you hold the weight of your head, you hold the lower back. A lot of people have lower back problems. Drop your shoulders down. And you can stay here, change it, you stay here. You want to bring your right hand to your left shin, and maybe you stay here. You want to stretch up through your left hand. Now don't collapse, don't collapse, don't collapse. If you tighten your shoulder, maybe your arm only comes here. If you decide you're going to come forward, you could bring your hands into purpose. You could reach for your foot. Did your leg roll out? If you thought you wanted to work on the bind, keep the left knee coming in. Keep the big toe and the left big toe and the right leg coming toward one another. Again, coming back. Roll your shoulders. Roll your feet. Cross circles with your ankles. All right. We're going to do Paschimottanasana. We do it every time. You want this to shift forward, up and forward, not back and down. So bring one hand, here we take. One palm to your sacrum, one hand, thumb and long finger to your collarbones. So now lift yourself up. Now, which muscles? It's going to be some muscles right here in your lower ribs, at the base of the sternum. It's going to be bring your front hip bones in, put your big toes together and take your heels apart. Now, okay, so you're using your hands to hold yourself up, drop your shoulders down. Your shoulders are loose. So which muscles do you have to use if you were to take your hands away? So, bend your knees. So, when you start coming forward, keep the collarbones high and wide. Use your hand up there. This hand back here is going to help ease the sacrum, the sacrum, the lower back forward. Tuck your chin. And maybe this is all you get. Okay. Don't bounce, but you can come back up and begin again. Don't bounce. Then your muscles don't know what you're wanting. You want long muscles, they're stronger. If you wanted to bring your hands around here, you want to bring your hands back here. If you need to bend your knees. Breathing. All right, then inhale, coming back up. We're going to lie back. Stay in the shade. Any twist that you'd like. What if I do lumbar roll, which means your right leg is long, your left leg is bent. Now bring your front hip bones in, bring your lower front ribs in. So you're managing the kidneys, you're managing your diaphragm. When you bring your left knee across, work your right foot, push the outside little toe side of your foot into the ground. Now you can bring your left hand to your lower back. You want the tops of your hips, you want the base of the lumbar spine to come backward. You could stretch your left arm out, turn your face toward that hand. Push your right leg, pull the top of your right thigh backward. So the left hip comes off the right hip, off the lower back. Pull your lower ribs backward if you've forgotten them, if they forgot what they were doing. This right foot, drop your inner heel toward the ground. Roll it toward the ground, and then come back. Fix your back. Changing sides so that, and use your fingers, don't let your fingers be slack. So when you bring your right leg across, be on the outside edge of your left foot, left hand to the right leg. Again, if you want to bring your right palm to your lower back to know what's going on there, to help you know that you need it backward there at your back waist, or you can stretch it out, stretch your fingers. Check your left foot again. You want the big toe side of your foot to be over the little toe, inner heel over the outer heel. Pull the top of your left thigh backward against your right foot. Right foot hold steady. Don't forget to breathe. Relax your jaw, lower your chin, broaden your collarbones. All right, then inhale, coming back up. Fix your back. We're going to do Janusarsa. I don't mean that. We're going to do Shavasana. Chin lower than your forehead, eyes closed, fingers soft, legs roll out, front hip bones roll out, tops of the arms roll out. Relax the inside-outside corners of your eyes. So let go of everything physical. And come to your breath. Slow it down. So you could keep it as simple as now I'm inhaling, now I'm exhaling. You could count it so that you keep your mind on your breath. 90% of the fuel your body needs is oxygen, and your brain takes 80% of your oxygen supply. Every cell in your body is waiting for oxygen. You'll slow down your heart rate, slow down your high blood pressure. Calm your adrenal system. Relax your tongue. Your jaw. back to your breath each time you realize that you've gone away from it again. Alright, stay if you want. Happy Sunday. Namaste.